back at it again, and we got one featuring Elon Musk. Let's dive in.
All right, I'll start. This is pretty amazing, and I would say unexpected because I didn't know what the next move was. We all heard that Elon Musk was going to be a majority shareholder and board member of Twitter. That was a few days ago. We go into the weekend, we find out he's like, forget it, don't want to be on the board. And people thought, what's he going to do next? Now we know.
Yes, this allows him to buy all of the shares if he wants to, if he doesn't serve on the board.
So he's making an offer to buy it.
Yes, he is making it.
So if he doesn't serve on the board, he can own Twitter. I mean, what's the board anyway? Like, so my question is, okay, he owns Twitter, but then there's a board. So who has the final say? Does the board have the final say? Or does he have the final say because he's the owner? And if he's the owner, what's the point of having the board? I just got a lot of questions regarding this.
An offer to buy Twitter, acquiring all outstanding shares of Twitter for $54.20 each.
So here's a direct quote from the letter that Elon Musk sent to Twitter's chairman in an SEC filing just this morning. We just got this news about a half hour ago. It says, I invested in Twitter as I believe in its potential to be the platform for free speech around the globe. And I believe free speech is a societal imperative for a functioning democracy. However, since making my investment, I now realize the company will neither thrive nor serve this societal imperative in its current form.
No kidding.
Twitter needs to be transformed as a private company. As a result, I am offering to buy 100% of Twitter for $54.20 per share in cash, a 54% premium over the day before I began investing in Twitter, and a 38% premium over the day before my investment was publicly announced. My offer is my best and final offer. And if it is not accepted, I would need to reconsider my position as a shareholder. Twitter has extraordinary potential. I will unlock it.
Ooh, bold statement, Mr. Elon. Let me check and see how much Twitter stock is selling for right now. All right, so Twitter stock is currently selling at $49, give or take. It's like 48 and some change, but we'll say 49. He's offering, I think he said 54, so that's a bit of a premium. It's not his highest point. It looks like its highest point was around the $80 mark. In the past year, its high was $73. Twitter will likely accept an Elon Musk buyout after many twists and turns. That's the title of an article from MarketWatch.
This would give him total control because Twitter would be a private company. We asked Laura Trump about this would give him total control because Twitter would be a private company. We asked
so he would just have 100% control.
Laura Trump about it because you remember Twitter banned her father-in-law, Donald Trump. Listen.
Anybody that wants to champion freedom of speech and give people their voices back, it is the right way to go. There are so many conservatives like myself that have not even bothered to get on Twitter in so long. I couldn't tell you, Ainsley, the last time I tweeted, because what's the point if you're going to be censored, if you actually can't express what you truly think? So to have somebody...
Now, I do think some people do spew out some bullshit on Twitter and do say some bogus stuff, but free speech, baby, you can say whatever you want. We need to teach people how to critically think. That's just my humble opinion. Y'all can let me know how you feel.
Stepping up to the plate and saying, you know what, we need to level this out. This is our, the public square of our times, as Elon Musk likes to say, Twitter. And for so many of us, we have said we're not even going to bother with it anymore. The fact that you have terrorist organizations that have been allowed to stay on Twitter, but the former president of the United States still is not on there, absolutely outrageous.
So this could save that company. It's becoming more and more irrelevant. The thing is, Twitter was just banning conservatives. More and more people that we know have been banned off that platform.
The Hunter Biden story?
Right.
They wouldn't air that, run that?
Yeah, that was part of that. That was everybody, though, too. That was Facebook. That was Instagram. So I think he goes back, and the first thing he's going to do is establish free speech there, or how about not be biased towards conservatives? I even think Democrats would tell you there's a bias towards conservatives. So what happens is people just stop doing it. They're done with it.
Yes.
But I also think on some level, do you think the President Trump wouldn't even go back on? I mean, he's about to launch Truth Social to give his own business plan to do a platform that would include everybody.
Yeah. It definitely reshuffles the whole deck because what with Truth Social or Parler or others, the idea was Twitter's gone, so we need our own ecosystem where conservatives are allowed to speak and free speech is allowed to happen. No one was really considering the fact that some ideological billionaire who's more or less a libertarian could buy Twitter and bring it back to its original mission to restore it to an actual town square. It's heartening. This is the kind of thing that needs to happen at universities, that needs to happen at lots of institutions in our country. Rich conservatives or just rich free thinkers and freedom lovers coming in and saying, I've got piles of money. Elon Musk has got piles of money. He can afford Twitter. I want to do something big about the future of this country that has blessed me so much. So let's see what happens. If he is able to buy it and take it private, then you can clean house. Because right now, changing the culture of Twitter, it's not an easy thing.
You got to get rid of everybody.
You got to get rid of everything. And if they don't accept the offer, which they don't have to, what does he do? Does he buy more shares and try a public?
You know what he says?
Takeover?
He says, I'm going to reconsider my. I'm going to reconsider my ownership stake. My ownership stake in the company.
Does that mean sell or buy?
Oh, okay.
It could mean either.
I think that. I thought it means he's out, which means.
What do you guys think? Does that mean sell or buy? Does he just keep buying? Or does he mean just sell and make his own platform?
Means the stock will tank.
You could be right on that, too.
Well, it reminds me to your train of thought, Pete. When we look at the video of Ukraine, and they're not even reporting on what's happening in Ukraine, in Russia, because this dictator has control of all of the media, of everything that they see and read and hear on the news. In our country, capitalism, this is an example of capitalism. He worked so hard. He's a very obviously brilliant guy and created this huge company that is helping the environmentalists. He's creating these cars that are electric. And he makes so much money on that and has the power to buy this and take over. And I'm sure the employees are livid this morning. Many of them might be quitting their jobs. Not happy.
Well, we helped pay for Tesla too with all the rebates. So
and he also goes
giving back.
He also does us a favor by going to space and going back and forth to the space shuttle. So he's got the best electric car and he's got the best spacecraft.
But we're at the point where on Twitter, if you use the wrong gender pronoun,
right,
you'll be banned.
Right. And the thing is, he's not conservative. He's just not woke.
Correct.
Like Bill Maher is not woke. He's liberal. He's just a normal person who doesn't want to sacrifice everything they know. And just wants to go back to the old days. We used to argue about issues, not about what sex you are. We don't argue. By the way, we don't argue about that.
I'm not a biologist.
Let me know how you guys are feeling about this whole situation in the comment section. I think it's a big topic of discussion, obviously, for free speech. We have increasingly now social media sites censoring the freedom of speech. And I think if that happens, that will change the entire ecosystem, because if there's a flock of people that go to Twitter and leave these other platforms, it's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins. I don't care what these other platforms and these high-ranking people talk about. It's all about the Benjamins. So if people start losing money because everybody's flooding to Twitter, every other social media platform is going to have to make that change too. But maybe I'm wrong. You guys can let me know in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and of course, hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.